Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, guys. Celtic Warband here, and today I am bringing you another how-to video. This one concerns the submod for Third Age Total War MOS. It's called Massive Overhaul Submod, and basically what it is it kind of is a total overhaul, as the name suggests, of Third Age Total War. So they've done a lot of changes, done some remodeling, I think added a few factions that weren't playable in the original Third Age. Just a lot of cool stuff. So I haven't really played much into it. I just loaded it up to make sure that it worked after I got it working. But just a couple of things to note real quick, some must-haves before we start the installation. So we look over here. You don't just need Medieval 2 Total War, you must have the Kingdoms expansion for this to work. Oops, don't want to click that. So yeah, make sure that you have the Kingdoms expansion along with Medieval 2 Total War. The second thing I'll note is that make sure that you own this game. Cracked or illegally downloaded versions unfortunately will not work. But I think on Steam it's pretty cheap. I think with the Kingdoms expansion altogether, I think it's like $20 or something like that. It's really not that bad. And if you guys really want to play Third Age, like, it's a pretty good investment. But yeah, so that's pretty much the second thing. And the final thing to note is that you must have a working version of Third Age 3.2, so the most up-to-date version of the Third Age mod. Because what we're doing is this is a sub-mod, right? So we're building on top of Third Age Total War. This is not a standalone mod. So you have to have Third Age Total War 3.2 working already, and then you can go ahead and do the MOS sub-mod download over top of it. So if you don't have Third Age 3.2 or you don't know how to download, I'll leave a link in the description if I can remember. But I do have a video on how to install Third Age 3.2 on my channel. So you can go ahead and check that video out first, and then you can come over to the MOS video and install it afterwards. So if we scroll down, you can see there's just a lot of things that they've added here. And then there's a couple of files that we're going to need here. Now, these three at the bottom, I haven't installed yet. I think that they're just kind of extra stuff. So if you want, like, the Elven Armor Silver and Gold, like, this allows you in the game to switch between Silver and Gold armor. And these two, I don't exactly know what they do, but they should be the same process I'm going to show you on the original MOS files on how to install that. So if you guys want any of this, you pretty much just have to follow the video for these files that I'm going to show you how to install. So basically we need three files. So we need the MOS full version 1.7.1, and we need 1.7 part 2, and then we need this MOS 1.7 all-inclusive patch. Make sure that you have this because it's fixed a lot of bugs and issues with the mod itself. So we're going to have the three total. So if we go ahead and start to open these up here. So we're starting with part 1. So I always tell you guys this. Confirm your file sizes to start. So we're looking at 1.8 gigabytes for the first size. Go ahead and hit the download now button, and then it should start to pop up in the bottom of the screen, and I'll illustrate that here. There we go. Can go ahead and cancel that. So that's going to start to download. Now I already have that, so I don't need that. I'm going to cancel it, but you will continue to let it go. And then same thing for part 2. We got 1.77 gigabytes. So be sure to hit the download button as well. It'll pop with another little download icon at the bottom. And then the all-inclusive patch 1.7, we've got 122 megabytes. So it's not that big, but it's pretty important. So again, hit the download now, and then you should have 3 downloading. So they take a little while. For me, it took about 7 to 10 minutes for it to all download. And then once we're finished there, we can go ahead and close all these. And then here we go, so you can see they're in my downloads folder right here, these 3 files. So what you should do is just kind of hover over top of them. So part 1, if I'm hovering, or I just select it, you can see at the bottom it's saying 1.79, so it's basically 1.8. And then this one we also want, oh perfect, right on the dot, 1.77. And then the inclusive patch 122 megabytes. So we know that these 3 files have downloaded properly. If this part 1 says like 1 gigabyte, just re-download it again. I get a lot of people who tell me that it doesn't work when you load it up, and it's probably due to maybe an internet interruption or something of that nature. So now this is the next step that we have to do. So you should already have this third age folder in your mods folder for Medieval 2. If you don't know how to get here, I'm going to show you right now. So I've got 2 hard drives, so depending on which one you have your Medieval 2 saved on, mine's on C, but then I go to Program Files 86, scrolling down to Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Medieval 2, Mods, and here we go. We got all of my mods here, so you can see I've got Reforged, my original Third Age 3 Elder Scrolls, Stainless Steel Hyrule, and Beginning of the End Times. So these are all of my mods. So if you followed the video or you were already playing Third Age, you should already have this Third Age folder here. Okay, so what I suggest that you do is just kind of make a copy of it. So just right-click and copy. And then go ahead and paste it to desktop. You can see that I've got a version of it here. What this basically does is, let's say that your download is incorrect, or you transferred too many files over, or you mixed it up, and basically this folder is useful. All you got to do is drag it, drop it in the recycle bin, and then you can drag this fresh folder back in. But then if that happens, what I suggest you do is then make another copy so that you always have a Third Age backup. And I usually keep this one on my D drive just to be safe. And then if anything happens with any of my mods for Medieval 2, I just got a fresh one that I can build off for Third Age. Alright, so we got our Third Age folder 3 here. So basically we just have to start in chronological order here. So we'll load up part 1 to begin. And then we've got the Third Age folder here. So just highlight it and then hit extract to. And then basically what we need to do with this here is we just need to pathway to our Third Age 3 folder in the mods folder here. Another way that you could do it is to like literally open it up and then open up Third Age, then go to CG and CG and CB and CB and then like drag all the folders over. But it literally takes like 4 hours to do that way. And that's the way I'd started doing it, and then I was like, why am I doing it this way? There's just such an easier way to do it. So basically, make sure that this is exactly named Third Age 3. The reason for that is because when we load up this MOS version, you can see that this is named exactly the same too. Okay, so don't have this saying Third Age, don't have it saying Third Age 3 with no underscores, because we want this file to go into this file, and they have to be named the same thing for us to do that. So let's go ahead and hit extract to, and then we go to local C, and then same pathway we were going to before, Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Medieval 2, and then don't double click mods. I find that a lot of people will do that too. Don't double click it and then double click Third Age, because we don't want to put it inside the Third Age folder. We just want it inside the mods folder. So just select it. If I go back up here. So we're just going to select the mods and then hit OK. And then what it's basically noticing, they're saying, hey, this folder already exists. Do you want to replace all of these files? And all you have to do is hit yes to all. And then it's going to go through replacing all of the files. I don't need to do this because my files are already transferred over. But once that's finished, we can go ahead and exit that. Then we're going to load up part 2. Same thing, extract to, local C, Program Files 86, Steam, Steam Apps, Common, Medieval 2. Just select mods, OK. Then hit yes to all. It's going to continue going through until it finishes. And then don't forget the patch. So we got to load up the patch as well. And same thing. I know this is repetitive, but I just like to cut out any types of errors that, I don't like to have stuff that leaves you guys guessing. You know what I mean? I just want you guys to see exactly how it's supposed to happen in real time. And then just select mods, hit OK. Yes to all. And it's just going to zoom through. I'll just let this one go because it's not going to hurt anything to overwrite the files that were already there. There we go. So we know that it's done there. So we've got all 3 of our files in Third Age 3, which is excellent. So we don't really need our downloads folder anymore. which is good. Now, if I back out just for a second, for those of you that are non-Steam users, you still can use this folder. Let's just go back to local C. So for you guys, program files 86, and then you should have Sega here for your Medieval 2, and then Medieval 2 Total War, and then mods here. So you can actually drop your Third Age file into here for those of you guys that don't have Steam. Okay? But I have Steam, so that's why I'm going through the Steam Apps Common Medieval 2 mods setup. So now we have Third Age 3, so you guys should basically almost have it exactly like this. The only thing that I've done is you should have a little Third Age 3 icon here, like a little gear. It was at the bottom for me. I renamed it, but it's something like Third Age 3, like that. And then there was a Third Age 3 Steam, like right underneath it. You could delete that file. They're both executable files that will launch the game, but you only really need one here. So I deleted the Third Age Steam, and then basically what I just did, so that I know exactly which one I'm looking at, is just named it Moss Launcher. So that I know that this is the one that launches the game. Okay, so now basically all we have to do is double-click this, and then it's going to start to load up Medieval 2. And basically what I can't really show you because I have to switch my recording software for in-game. But I just want to let you guys know, when you do double-click this, there will be like a black command window that comes up over here. And it just sits there for me for about 20-30 seconds. And it almost looks like it's not working. But just leave it. It's actually loading all the batch files for the game. So it's about this big. So just let it sit there, and then it'll launch the game from that point. Alright, so let's jump in, and then I'll kind of show you guys a campaign turn so that you know that it works, and then I'll load up a battle real quick as well. Alright guys, so we've loaded into the game, and as you can see, Third Age looks much different, and that's because we have the massive overhaul installed. So now this submod is working. If you guys see this screen that I have in front of you guys right now, then the mod is probably working for you. If you don't get to this point or it crashes on startup, again, just recheck your files, make sure that they're all pushed into the right folder, make sure that you extracted that patch file as well. If not, just leave me a comment and I will try and help you as soon as I can. So, yeah, basically, let's just go ahead and take a look. You can see that a lot of things have changed here. It looks more crisp, more Third Age-like. I'm just going to load up Gondor real quick so we can kind of load up a battle so you can see that it works. And you guys can watch that on your own time. You will see, there it goes, that it eventually starts to load up. But, yeah, I'll probably, I'm pretty excited to play this, I think. We've got a lot of things that started to come in here. This is the same thing when I tried as Gondor as well. Just a bunch of files. Blah, 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 blah. There we go. So that's it there. Oops. So, I think the easiest battle is to just grab Boromir and send him on a suicide mission against east of Osgiliath. Maintain the siege and end the turn. So you guys can see that it doesn't crash on the first, just that the battles are working. I know a lot of you guys, as my subscribers, you've been asking for a Third Age campaign. So if you guys do watch this episode, I only have my 2 campaigns going right now. Oops, what am I doing? I've only got the 1078 Sweden campaign going, and up Firenze campaign as well. So I did in putting a Third Age campaign out there if that's something that you guys want to see. It's a perfect place in this video. If you just want to comment down below, tell me which faction you would like me to play. I don't think I'll play it through Divide and Conquer, if I'm honest. I might just play it through this MOS submod here. Or the Massive Overhaul submod, I should say. So yeah, if that's something you guys want to see, I will be more than happy to oblige to that. But yeah, so you can see that the battle is working perfectly. Units look nice and crisp. These guys are militia, so they're probably going to suck anyways, but we could just charge forwards and I'll get you a little bit of melee just so you guys can see. But yeah, hopefully you guys... Oops. Oh, I'm so used to Attila controls. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I hope that it was really informative for those of you guys that were having trouble. Try to do it the way that I've shown in the video, and if it still doesn't work at that point, maybe try uninstalling your Medieval 2 and your Kingdoms and then reinstalling it. And then start from scratch, do a fresh 3rd Age install, and then do the MOS system on top. But this one actually wasn't too bad for me. I got it to work the first time, so if you're patient with it, it just might work out for you too. Got these like garbage scouts that are going to charge in here. And there we go. So yes, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this. Somebody requested a stainless steel campaign today as well. Or sorry, not a stainless steel campaign, a stainless steel how to install video. So I will work on that within the next couple of days. So be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Be sure to let me know if you guys have any issues in the comments section. And as always, I will see you in the next one.